While a former police sergeant gets his day in court. Remember Drew Peterson? You remember Drew Peterson, right? He's facing first-degree murder charges for the death of his third wife. During a pretrial hearing in Illinois, nearly 60 witnesses are expected to tell a judge how Kathleen Savio reportedly talked about her fears that her husband would kill her. In 2004, Savio drowned in her dry bathtub, a death that was initially ruled accidental until Peterson's fourth wife, Stacy, mysteriously disappeared back in 2007, causing police officials to reopen the investigation. Turns out Savio's death was a homicide. And now prosecutors are hoping the judge will rule in favor of a new state law that will allow this hearsay evidence at trial. Kelly Saindon is an Illinois attorney. Just give us to it simply, Kelly, because it's kind of complicated. What does the judge have to do before he decides to allow hearsay into Drew Peterson's trial?
The judge has to make a determination that, but for the actions of Drew Peterson, Stacey Peterson would have been here to testify against him and say that he admitted the murder. So he looks at all the evidence and makes a determination, again, beyond a reasonable doubt, that it was within Drew Peterson's control whether or not this testimony was going to be live or whether to admit this hearsay, because it's through no fault of Stacey's that she's not here. And
some of these statements, by the way, are pretty damning. You've got Kathleen Savio's sister that says Savio told family members that if she would die, it may look like an accident, but it wasn't. Stacey Peterson's priest said Stacey told him Drew admitted killing Savio and made it look like an accident. Isn't there the right to confront your accuser? Isn't this go against that right?
It does, and it's a slippery slope, because our judicial system is founded on the idea that if someone says you did something, you do have the right to cross-examine them and confront them. This is a limited circumstance case, and it's a hearing before the trial. So the judge will determine whether or not these are credible, whether or not they get before the jury, and what will likely happen is he'll piecemeal out. Some of the witnesses will get in and some of them won't.
And it's very important to note that this law has yet to be challenged in Illinois, and challenges are coming.
Correct, no doubt. And it's actually a new law. Not really any other states have this to let hearsay in. There's always exceptions, dying declarations. If it was something Kathleen Savio said when the paramedics showed up prior to her dying, that would be admissible. But this is completely different because they're using Stacey Peterson's disappearance to get in evidence about Kathleen Savio.
And just so we're clear, if this evidence does get in, the defense attorneys would have a chance to cross-examine every bit of it as it comes into court.
Correct, and they are saying that they don't intend to put on any witnesses at this hearing, that they are just simply going to attack the credibility and the bias of the witnesses.
Kelly Saindon, good to hear you. Good to see you. Thanks very much. Patty Ann?
Well, still